Sup, Leo? Welcome back to the revolution. Alright, I'm gonna take it really easy. Super calm. Yeah, we've had some abrasive moments the past couple of months. Some learning stuff that I might not have communicated all that well. Been going through stuff as well. But here we are. New year for me, Gemini season is here. New year for you coming up. Got one more month to prep. Ooh! 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 Starting off on the right foot. Hopefully the cat will come by. Sorry about the traffic noises. Hopefully the birds singing will calm your cat souls. Why out here? Why during the prolonged Scandinavian sunset? Why is this the first card out? Peace. You need it, you will find it, you are probably already living in it. The Chariot. Cancer card, also the card of destiny, your life path, your direction, your career, your purpose, all of it. I say those things together knowing that they're not the same, but for you they are. Yeah, I am being nicer. There's no point in not being nicer. There are more than a few ways to skin a cat, and more than a few ways to get a cat to love you. So if you're watching for a Leo, if you love a Leo and you can't figure out what's going on with them, they need rest. Strength is something that you build. King of Pentacles. Strength is something that you build. You need to rest when you build. Unless you're gonna be like one of my ex boyfriends from high school who was a Leo rising, I think, who framed a whole house on like a bag of speed in a night. Indiana. What are you gonna do? Alright, here we go. Page of Pentacles in reverse. 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay. The Magician. 8 of Pentacles. 2 of Swords. Ace of Swords. Okay, so first of all, great major arcana. Let's get those together and look at them to give you a pretty good snapshot of June moving into July. You, as expert manifester and in control of your destiny. The cool thing about the Chariot card is that the reason it's associated with life path, destiny, all of that, is because the person behind the wheel, let's say, is controlling the two beasts that would like to go in opposite directions, the two Sphinx. Ah, the two Sphinx. So we have actually 3 lions out. Here are all 3 of you. Now it's important to recognize the Sphinx here, don't you think? Let's talk about it. There is the physical manifestation of the lion that is most associated with the sun. The lion is also the most replicated animal in terms of statues worldwide. We make more statues of lions than any other animal. It is the sign and animal associated most deeply with heart, light, and love, because all of those things manifest from the sun. We know that the Sphinx was built during the time when the constellation, when Orion was in Leo, I think. What was it that was in Leo? The sun was in Leo, I think. Yes, the sun was in Leo. So the symbology of your sign, and then how it was turned into a more mythic creature. It's kind of funny because all on your own, just as a lion, you're mythic. But then the Sphinx element is really, something that has been pervasive throughout mythology because it's terrifying. It is you. It is the prowess and instinct of a cat with the intelligence and the, let's say, mental acuity of a human, although cats are very intelligent as well. So your mythology, the thing that they took cats and made them scarier even, make a lion scarier, put a human in it, that's you. You guys are mythic, and you will start off June really working with your identity in that way. And as the weeks progress, you will pass from having gained a lot of strength by sitting still and really feeling this engine rev up now of where you want to go and how you want to go. And that's when you take on that mythic Sphinx quality. Now, it is also to be noted that both of these Sphinx need to go in the same direction. So it's very clear that you figure out a few things about who you want to be going into your new season before you I was going to say before you decide to head off, but you won't even have the impetus to head off until you've decided that. So don't worry about it. Just the only thing you could do wrong here is push. If you have Aries in your life, even though there's no Aries cards here, Aries push and they ask questions that make you feel pushed. If you have Aries in your life that are making you feel pushed, it would be a really good idea for the first 2 weeks of June to just not deal with them. Now, once you don't push, take your rest, build your strength. Again, in the I Ching, this is called the containment of potential. So potential energy being contained and therefore grown exponentially. Once you feel the strength card really beginning to take hold within you after that quiet time, then when your engine starts to rev, you are sure that both of these animals want to run in the same direction, which is the direction you have chosen. So really, we are in a huge period of evolution. We will go from the lion to the woman who can close the lion's mouth, to the Sphinx, to the person who is controlling the Sphinx, to the Master Manifester. Extremely positive evolution, and very much in keeping with your astrology this month, but also with just the progression. Of course, it has been tiresome over the past few months to hear over and over again, okay, we're not done yet, Leo. We still have to, flush this out. I'm sorry, Leo, but we have to. But now you can see why, because, and I always like to say this, even though it sounds a bit Joel Osteen, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, it sounds a bit, hokey, but I knew that because of how harsh the setup was, how big the breakthrough was going to be. I already understood that, but it's really hard to see that when you're in the center of it, So now let's look at these cards in reverse. So the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Cups coming in reverse. If you are dealing with an earth sign, it is very possible that that person will come back around to you with a great amount of remorse and may actually be able to elevate themselves in your eyes by doing so. I would say towards the end of June. So if you're waiting for something at the beginning, go live your life. Work out, drink water, do all the things you need to do every single day. So by the time the first day of Leo season starts, you are feeling just good about yourself. It doesn't matter what you look like right now. This is one of the things that I'd like to explain to you with this Strength card and with the Chariot card. So if I were to tell you that in 3 months from now, you will really, really, really appreciate if you are in great shape and hydrated. And I won't say more than that. But trust me, if you are able to, for the next 3 months of your life, really pay attention to the daily ins and outs of your life. What time are you waking up? Are you getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep? It may sound crazy, but if you spend a month getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep, by the time your season starts and your birthday comes around, you will look 30 to 40% better than you do right now, no matter what you're doing or not doing, because that's how powerful sleep is, and especially for cats. There is no denying that you guys are at your youngest and most fit when you get lots and lots and lots of sleep. And the other reason you sleep so much is because your connection in terms of the astral realm and how you guys travel is very powerful. So you'll often find if you have Leo friends that they will visit you in your dreams because they're checking up on you. You know, you guys are protective. So if you find yourself now reassessing how you feel about someone who may have really fallen in your eyes, let's not forget that the Page of Pentacles doesn't have to be an earth sign. This could very easily be someone who's just exhibiting those fuckboy qualities. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to call them. You know, I'll call you later and we'll go have a drink. Don't hear from him for 2 days. That kind of shit. Hey, I had a really good time. We should hang out later. Never sends you his number over like WhatsApp or whatever because you met on Tinder. I've never been on that thing, but like I'm just like I hear these things and that's what it sounds like. That's what the Page of Pentacles is to me. It's every like grotesque like story that makes me feel really old because I'm 40. You know, like I hear people say it and I'm like, guys really do that? Like seriously, guys say stuff like that? Like that's whoa. Of course, it could also be a woman. Women are more than capable of being fuckboys. Non-committal, let's put it that way, non-committal individuals. So if you have someone like that in your life, they are feeling very, very regretful for how they've treated you. And you guys are sitting there going, well, it's about time. Yes, I agree. But also, now you may find that you really like them again. So be very careful. Let them show you through their efforts if they're serious or not. Don't be out in front running ahead of the game again to, you know, be with this person. Let them prove to you slowly and steadily that they really are who they are professing to be. Now, if you don't have anything like this going on in your life and you're like, what? Who is this person? What are you talking about? The Page of Pentacles and the Five of Cups reversed, turning into the King of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is very, very clearly also a money signal. What you have been working for, what you may have felt, you know how we talked about like 6 months ago, how you may feel really underappreciated at work. You may feel like you're being asked to do 10 people's jobs and not getting paid like even, you know, an iota more for it. All of those things will begin to resolve in June, but also throughout the rest of the year, things will just get steadily better and better and better. And the effort that you have been making will start to financially pay off instead of just in terms of, you know, instead of just clout. You will actually be able to physically see that you're earning more. Congrats, because it's super good. And again, especially because it's about to be your birthday. Like, who doesn't want extra money when it's about to be your birthday? That's awesome. But it's not the kind of money that, for example, like Gemini or Cancer will just get like a gift or a wave this month. It's not that. This is like you've worked really, really hard for where you are. And there have been very painful moments for you where you've had to kind of swallow your pride, which is so difficult for you guys because you weren't being treated according to your value, you know, and not just like not saying, and I think people may have tried to batter you by saying like, oh, your self-worth is inflated. No, it's not. No, it's not. I always say that to you guys, even when you feel like I'm really angry with you or I'm being mean to you. I've always been your like 100% supporter in saying that how you feel about yourselves and your ego is healthy and it's good and you need it. And people don't like it that you love yourselves, and I love that you love yourselves. So you have been, in terms of work, but also for some of you in terms of immature relationships, been feeling like you're just not being treated according to your value. And you may have had people throw in your face, you know, this really sort of insidious criticism that, oh, that's just because you think too highly of yourself. No, it's not. It's not because you think too highly of yourself. They're douchebags. Sorry, that's just like, it's too easy to pick on a cat. Like, you guys are so sensitive. Why would you do that? That's why I get, like, I think one of my friends thought I was picking on her when I was trying to tell her the truth, and I get that's why she got upset. But I wasn't picking. I would never pick on a cat. That's like, that's so lame. Why would you pick on like a soft, sensitive, gentle animal? You guys are only mean if you have to be. You know, imagine how cats would get treated if they didn't have claws. Imagine how cats would get treated if they weren't so quick with their claws and so scary to people when they are mistreated. Imagine if cats were just these beautiful, furry, soft things with like not sharp teeth, with like blunt teeth and no claws. Just imagine how they'd be treated. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm always trying to tell you. I mean, not in this reading, but like I'm always trying to impress upon you how important your teeth and your claws are, because the way this world treats soft, beautiful, connected beings is disgraceful. So, moving on. Excuse my little rant there about how wonderful you guys are. It's like, even when I'm telling you how wonderful you are, I do it in this really stern way. Oh, here comes the cat. Here he is. No, no joke. Look, there he is. Look. Can you see him? There he is. Come. Come in. Come. Yeah. Hi. You see this? You see this? Hi. Where'd you go? There he is. Look. Come. What happened? Cutie. Come here. Oh. Okay, never mind. That sound was a little too loud for him. Okay, well, anyway, we got our wish. Look, look, look. So that's 4 cats now, yeah? How cool was that? That was dope. I'm happy now. That was super dope. Wait, especially when I was lecturing you, yeah? That's super dope. Come here, baby. What's wrong? Will it make sense to you if I say that I think the cat gets jealous if I'm doing anything else when he comes around? Like, he wants me to just pay complete attention to him and do nothing else. And he sits like a little bit far away and then like stares in like anger, like, traitor. You're supposed to hang out with me only. Yeah. That's what he's doing. He's giving me like cat death stare looks now. All right. So he'll be fine. So now, 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords. New beginnings, new thoughts, promotions, and your fear of greatness. No? Oh no, am I ready for this? Oh no, can I do this? Can I take this step up? Has this person changed? Can I actually manifest what I want? Can I make really important decisions about my life and about my path? Can I consciously manifest without fear? Can I turn all the way up and just really love myself and receive the love? Of course you can. And as, you know, calamitous cards go, 2 of Swords isn't that bad. I've been doing this a lot because my kid just learned how to do it, so he's doing it a lot. Anyway. Now he's like laying all the way long. You want to see? Look. Sorry, I mean, it's a cat, so you guys don't mind. Look. So funny. Okay, so as calamitous cards go, 2 of Swords is not that bad. It just means that on the steep descent upward, there will be some slight hesitation when people come back around apologetic and really, you know, being vocal about how they didn't see your worth and now they do. You will be hesitant. You will do what that cat did when I got up to let him come and sit here, but I moved the chair too quickly and he ran because it was too, well, he was getting exactly what he wanted. What he wanted was to come up here, but it was too quick, right? It was too sudden. And when things suddenly begin to get very, very good, of course, the timidity within the cat nature will lead you to a 2 of Swords place. But let's remember that this is not in any way your element. And it's, you know, your 2 card is the 2 of Wands, right? It's the card of looking outward and being expansive and being intellectually open. So replacing the 2 of Swords energy with the 2 of Wands energy is really important. Now, one of the things about reading cards isn't just about what comes up, but it's about noticing what doesn't come up. And the Tower not coming up here for you is amazing. I am deeply feeling that it's peacetime now for you. Peace and regeneration and accomplishment and moving up in huge ways. Don't turn your time of rest into a time of worry. When things slow down so you can get peaceful, so you can get contained, so you can grow your energy, don't mistake when you should be building strength with a time of consternation and worry and throwing yourself, instead of peaceful, wonderful, beneficial solitude, into a time of being alone in the mind and feeling like no one can understand you and feeling like the swords you're holding are thoughts and problems that no one will be able to help you with, and that's why you're blindfolded. You are absolutely not. You may feel like that for a day or two at the end of the month, but you are not. And right after you feel that pull, you will either cut things off and new things will appear, or things will get cut and new things will appear. Excuse me. Or something brand new will just fall into your lap. And there's nothing wrong with that. It may not be money, but it'll be something more important. It may just be the insight that you've been looking for that's going to push this magician energy over the edge for you so you can really get roaring. Now, if we're looking at the Strength, the Chariot, and the Magician in terms of road signs, as we do, so here we are on a dark road at night in the country, okay? For anyone who hasn't been around very long in the videos, you may have missed this analogy that we use. So here, there are dark roads, in the countryside and no lights. And these signs that you pass in the morning all the time or during the day, you don't even notice them, they become lifesavers at night because you really can't get around without them. So they become really, really, really important. And you really pay attention at night because they're the ones that are going to tell you, where you're going. So we like to see the major arcana in the same way, lit up road signs in the dark of night. So if you're experiencing a dark night of the soul, or if you're experiencing a sad time right now and haven't quite gotten into the Strength energy, the Strength card then is coming up as the road sign that says, rest area ahead. Chill. You may feel like you're running out of gas, but the rest area is just down the road, less than a mile. You'll make it. You may be running on empty, it's okay, but the rest area is real close. You'll be there in just a minute. Relax. Then, once you relax and you fill back up and you got your gas and your food and all that stuff and the coffee, and then get going. When you get going, the road on which you began is no longer there. This is a new road. This is the new road that emerges when one contains one's potential, loves oneself enough to rest and not be reactive to the sudden shakes and sounds of the world. That rest is a lot about here, not being reactive. Then you decide what the new road looks like. And of course, as soon as you've decided that you're going to start shifting your own reality around, then of course this tenuous, awful situation turns into something positive, and that person turns into someone who really, really wants to work on it and prove to you that they can do it. Of course, if this is a work situation, it turns around and the people start valuing you and really noticing what you're worth and how much you earn. Of course, because you change. When you change, and that's what, Strength, Chariot, Magician, I mean, what more do you want? Like, this is huge change, but it's so gentle. And that's what I like about it. And don't let anyone take that gentility from you. Don't let anyone rush you. Like I said, don't let anyone rush you right now. This is too important. You see how quiet it can be? No. Sorry, that really pissed me off. You see how quiet it can be? And then you see what happened? Something reactive. That's it. That's this reading. You need peace, quiet, be able to hear the quiet, and people are going to intrude on it and try to shake you out of the space. And you have to realize that getting shaken out of this space right now is super serious and detrimental for you. Just shut people out if you have to, but take this process seriously, quietly, slowly, peacefully. Love yourself enough to take this process slowly and quietly. Love yourself enough not to react to people this month at all, and rebuild the new. Now, if you're dealing with a Cancer, Leo, if you're dealing with a Cancer that you want to get away from, you got to stop letting them lie to you. I don't know how else to put it. Because when they lie to you, you get sucked back into what their narrative, and it's like completely not true, but like you guys don't. You have to take a break from anyone that you think is hurting you. And now this same thing is happening where there's a message coming. You see, I'm glad that I did that because it's just another example of what's going on with you guys. Like, really, this is a beautiful, space and a beautiful energy and a wonderful time to be spending together. And to have just innocuous, communication from people who really don't, like, it has nothing to do with anything, just to throw you off what you're doing. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And it may seem like nothing, but the constant and consistent interruption of your time and your peace and of your mental state, of your happiness, of your general state of happiness, which you guys are just so like into, just being like, yes, let's be happy. Can we just go have fun? Like, what's the deal? So we got 4 cats, and then the camera cuts out right when I like embody your energy the most. Cool. Everything is right on schedule. This month, you have to say to people more than just, hey, what's your deal? You have to say to people, no, I need space and time. No, I'm fine. Nothing is wrong. Nothing at all is wrong. I just need a little space and a little peace because I'm just, prepping for stuff. I'm going through some stuff, some good stuff, but still, just, can you just, back up a little? About that Cancer, and about that Sagittarius, and about that Earth sign. Let's pick some cards, see what the extended is going to look like. We like to pick all the extended cards now. Later we just clarify. Okay, first the Moon. Yeah. The Moon in Capricorn. The Sun in Cancer. Cancer's own planet opposing it. Secrets coming out. The Chariot card and the Moon. Cancer's figuring heavily here. Lies. Like I said, things are going to come out. You're going to... The Tower in reverse. Okay. But it's, you see how it's very specific to if you're dealing with someone that you know is lying to you, that situation is just going to blow up. Let it. Don't, Tower in reverse, right? Let it. It needs to happen. More than just the Tower upright. It really needs to happen. Let it. Prep for it. Prep your surroundings. Do you need to move? Prep. Does someone else need to get kicked out? Prep. I'm serious. Paper trails are everything. Did you hear what I said? Alright. What else? Looking for more extended. Lots of major arcana. Lots of guidance. The Moon saying we're going to reveal some stuff. And 3 of Wands. There will be a moving forward here. That's why I like the Tower in reverse. And the Moon, actually. Illumination of something that really needs to come to light. And not just like comes to light like some fact that you didn't know. More about like why you've been putting up with stuff or why you've been letting stuff go the way you have. Page of Wands. Being able to communicate it as well. Being able to communicate very well the fact that you're done. Or that you're just moving forward from whatever nonsense. You don't have to be done with the person, but you're done with the dynamic for sure. Not another day. That's how it's sounding. I'm not dealing with this shit, not for another day. That's how it sounds in my head. That's how it feels. I'm not doing this anymore. This person just lies and lies and lies and then just like leaves, emotionally abandons, and then comes back and then like got me. Now, if this Moon doesn't apply to the Cancer for you, and it applies to the Sagittarius. It can be read the same way. It's kind of blanketed that way right now, but we'll clarify the Tower in reverse. Page of Swords. So Page of Wands, Page of Swords. Lots of communicating, lots of words, lots of talking. This is what happens when you listen to the Cancer and believe their lies and get stuck. They rope you back in with the fight. They know the fight will bring you back because you want to defend yourself. You want to defend yourself. It's a natural instinct. There's nothing wrong with it. But it does make you easy to rope, to capture, you know? Don't get stuck in the word game. Once you find out what you need to find out and you have that Tower moment, bounce. Bounce from the situation mentally if it's something that you can't get away from physically, and bounce from the situation altogether if you can, especially if this is something that's been going on for a long time. Now, if this is someone new or a new situation at work or whatever where you just feel like you're being lied to and you figure out that things are really not the way they seem, Three of Wands, the card that just came up is the Two of Wands. Just bounce. There's much better stuff. The Magician is there. There's much better stuff waiting to be manifested for you that will put you on the right path. The stuff that's going to come out is all just, there's already clarification for this reading. The stuff that's about to come out is all just stuff that will help you contain with the Strength card and move you forward with the Chariot. It's just going into more detail now, which is really what the extended is. So this is kind of like an extended. We'll just go into like even more petty detail. So it was the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So it came up in reverse and I turned it right side up because I feel like that's what I always do with you guys. It's like even when I see you being upset, I want to like just turn you around and be like, come on, you're okay. But I think it comes up in reverse because this month is a lot about value. It's a lot about other people seeing your value or not seeing your value. And it's sensitive. It's really sensitive, especially when you start figuring out that someone may have been really lying to you. It's super sensitive. And it may make you question your worth a little. Don't. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with that person and the reason that they need to lie. Their reasonings for lying have nothing to do with you. But on the other side of all this, there is connection. There is hope. Okay, let's look at these cards all together for a minute before we go. 1 second, I can just do this. There's no light being used here. All right. Now, as you can see, or perhaps not see, I can't really tell. The major arcana are just talking. They really want you to know that everything is going to be okay, although there's going to be some tumult. They really want you to understand that communicating about this is important, but not in any way that prolongs your Tower reverse moment. This can go on as long as you make it. Move quickly past it, please. Communicate as much as you have to, and then know when to stop, because that communication is what leads to this person dehumanizing you, belittling you. Don't get caught. Don't get caught. Because there's too much good stuff here. Now, as far as the King of Pentacles goes, because I really don't feel like this applies to that. Okay. So we have a very enthusiastic Leo here with the Knight of Wands and a very stable Pentacle card. So like I said, that Earth situation seems very stable for you guys. Good. Good. I'm happy to see that. Very good, actually. Very good. Now, be careful that your enthusiasm and your wanting to run and jump into something doesn't turn you needy. Because as soon as that neediness starts to come out, we're going to have a problem. So this is a chance for you to do this again, do it right, without the needy. Really important not to fall into the Five of Pentacles energy and remain in the Three of Pentacles energy, okay? I like the two aces out. Love, money, ideas, wealth, abundance. I love this mix of arcana, even though I know this is going to be somewhat harsh, but in a really good way. Really super positive, because I can see how it's going to open your mind up finally to all the things that you are actually really capable of. That even work-wise, I don't think you give yourself enough credit for. It's almost like people tell you so much that you guys have a big ego that you don't even like try to like feel worthy. Like the way my dad puts it is like no one knows your good your good points if you don't know your good points, because you don't act like someone who has good points when you don't know them. And when you don't act like someone who has good points or like good qualities, then anyone can treat you any way they want, right? Because you don't know where the lines are, because you don't know what your good qualities are. So you don't know when someone is treating you in a way where you're like, no, that's a great quality in me. Don't make me feel that way about it. You don't know how to push back on them because you haven't even admitted to yourself that that's a good quality. You see, like if somebody says to you, hey, you're really strong, but to you that's always translated as like men don't like strong women, for example, then you would not understand that being strong is a great thing, and you might let someone aggress upon you and tell you that you're being too strong and try to weaken you, and you wouldn't push back against them because you didn't realize that it's such a good quality that you have. So that recognition is what I'm talking about. That has to happen more and more and more, because it's the only way out of the neediness. And it's really easy to turn needy when we start to get what we want, because it's like, oh, I'm getting it, I don't want to lose it. Don't fall into that space of immediately going from I'm getting the thing to, oh my God, I might lose it. I understand the fragility in your nature in that way where you get scared, but try to remain in the stable and knowing, strong, enthusiastic Leo. Sure, roll with these punches a little bit, but understand that when the new stuff starts to come in and the good stuff starts to happen, don't panic. All right? We'll get into the extended in a minute. What do you want me to say? I don't even know. Okay, we'll get into it. I love you guys, Leo. This shirt, actually, let me show you because I totally forgot to say it. This shirt is by a designer called Lala, who's super popular here in Scandinavia. I got this shirt from Trina Frau, which is a store here in Abeltoft. She's actually a designer, not a designer, a stylist. And we picked out the elements outfits this month. So this is the fire outfit. And it's super fire. So the brand is called Lala. You can check Trina Frau out on Instagram. You can get information from her on how to purchase it if you like it. I'm in no way affiliated with that. I just think it's dope. And she is I think she's Middle Eastern. And just this stuff is like blowing up all over Scandinavia. Like I was in Copenhagen this weekend and all these like girls were like little girls where I was like, oh wow, like wearing like Palestinian flag bags and stuff that this one makes. And it's like, oh my God, okay, what's going on here? But it's super popular right now. And it's cool. And I feel like this is definitely your energy, just very lively and fun and life-giving. Like I said, life, love, light. Remember that. When someone tries to, make you small and tell you that perhaps you're acting like more than you're worth, remember to tell them that love, light, and life has always been associated with the Leo and with the lion, and that there are more statues made of lions than any animal in the world. And then they can talk to you about why you have such a big ego or why you think so highly of yourself. You can also just tell them to go fuck themselves. I love you so much. Don't worry, even because the tower in reverse, don't worry. It's really a good time. It is getting better and better. If you're lonely, hold on. This month especially, it's something that I feel like I need to say to all the signs. It's a hard month. No, it's not the holidays. No, it's not some sort of family thing. It's not any of those things. But it is a very difficult time emotionally for a lot of people. And if you are one of those people who is feeling really lost and really alone and just, you feel like nobody loves you and no one's ever going to love you again and you're never going to meet anyone again and no one's ever going to kiss you again and no one's, all of those things. First of all, you're not foolish. You're not stupid for thinking those things. You're not silly. You're not being dramatic. It's natural to feel that way, especially when you're lonely. it's natural to feel like it's something wrong with you, which is keeping you lonely. Neither of those things are true. What's really going on is there is an enormous amount of healing that has to happen so you guys don't end up being abused. There is an enormous amount of self-identification that has to happen so the things that have happened to you before don't happen again. So for some of you, the things that you were too young to experience before never happened to you. You understand? That process, although it is painful and lonely, it ends like everything does. Your sadness will not last, even if it has lasted for a decade already. Your singledom will not last. None of it will last. Everything changes, everything erodes, everything is rebuilt. No matter how happy or sad you are right now, just know that it is super temporary. So, if that means that you're having a great time in life, enjoy every single second of it because it's super temporary. And if you're having a horrible time and you just feel like there's nobody around, understand that it is temporary. It will change. It will pass. You are not alone. I mean, listen, you got me. You know, you can always email me. I'll get back around to you in like a week or so. Be like, hey man, thanks for, don't worry. You got peoples, is what I'm saying. You got peoples. Peoples you don't even know about. You got the cosmos looking out for you right now. Think about it. Why is the lion the thing that is most associated with most venerated of animals? Why do we hold the wisdom in the Forbidden City under the lion's paw? What is that? Why do we need you guys as protectors? Right? You are not alone. How can you be alone when everyone needs your strength and needs you to protect them? Yeah, it's lonely at the top. It's lonely being a leader, but you're not alone. Even having huge groups of people need you means that you're not alone. I'm sorry about anyone who thought that that was long-winded. It wasn't for you. It was for the people who were sad and lonely, which is a lot of us, It's a lot of us. No judgment. Hey, we're all going through it. This is just I've been doing this since I was a kid. I hold like a tissue in my hand. I forget it's there. I can just like be like this for hours. I don't know why I do it. I think it's like a stress thing. We all go through it. And I found it necessary to say that because you guys are a bit emo right now. And it's because of all the changes, and feeling, a bit lonely, it's been a bumpy road. But here we are. And it's okay. And it's going to be okay. It's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. It's going to be lit, right? I'll see you next month, and we'll be talking about early Leo season. And then in 2 months, we'll be talking about Leo manifestation, and it'll be dope. And you will... Well, you might be in a completely different place than you are now. That's the wonderful thing about time. All right? Enough of a pep talk? Was I nice enough? No? I'll try harder next time. I love you guys. I'll see you next month. Oh, the extended and everything, the links will be down below.